Make sure your popcorn is ready because this gist no be child's play. Oh. Tonight I'm taking you to one of the scariest legends you ever hear. Madam Koi Koi. If you no get chills, my people, you dey try you. And I beg, make sure you watch till the end because I get one important question for you where I go need your answer inside the comments. The night was thick with shadows, and the air carried a chill that whispered secrets through the cracks of Queen's Academy's ancient stone walls. The school, majestic in the daylight, now stood like a forgotten relic under the pale glow of the waning moon. The halls, once bustling with laughter of students, were silent, except for a faint sound that seemed to echo from nowhere and everywhere all at once. See, they said if you hear that sound loud and clear, you dey safe. But if the thing come faint like say dem press volume low, my guy, na big wahala because she dey your back. Ada didn't believe all those fear-inducing stories. Fresh to the prestigious boarding school, she just laughed whenever her classmates shared spooky tales. Ghosts? Spirits wandering school halls? To her, it was all childish fantasy. But what people say and what reality presents are not always the same thing. It started with a simple dare. Tolu, the mischief maker of the group, smirked as he looked Ada straight in the eye.
If you're not scared, prove it.
He challenged, while the other students leaned in eagerly. Spend the night at the East Wing. The East Wing? That was a section of the school long sealed off. A place whispered about hushed tones, allegedly haunted. It was home to countless student rumors about ghostly apparitions and eerie sounds. But Ada, bold and undeterred, shrugged.
I will go,
She said confidently. Gasps filled the air. This girl was brave or just plain crazy. Later that night, with a torchlight in hand, Ada made her way through the darkened corridor. Her footsteps echoed against the cold tiles. The usual night sounds were absent. Even the crickets had fallen silent. Her breath caught in her throat. She paused, the sound faint as though carried by the wind. Just my imagination, she whispered as a shiver ran down her spine. The massive double doors of the East Wing loomed before her, their surfaces marred by rust that resembled dry blood. Taking a deep breath, she pushed them open. The hinges groaned in protest, sounding eerily like a ghostly wail. Darkness enveloped the room beyond, thick and oppressive. A bone-chilling cold wrapped around her. The air carried the scent of decay. Suddenly, her torchlight flickered erratically, as though it were a playing cruel joke. Ada swept it across the walls, revealing faded portraits of individuals whose features had been blurred by time. Then a chill raced down her spine.
You shouldn't be here.
A voice whispered. Ada spun around, her voice cracking.
Who is there?
Silence. But that ominous sound returned. Closer and more menacing now. Ada refused to back down. Summoning every ounce of courage, she pressed forward. Pride wouldn't allow her to retreat. The sound of heels clicking grew louder, reverberating like a death knell. Shadows danced on the walls, moving as though they had lives of their own. And then Ada saw her. Madame Koi Koi, tall, elegant, and hauntingly beautiful. Her dress was a deep, uncertain red, and her infamous red shoes gleamed under the dim light, producing that chilling koi koi sound. The woman's eyes gloomed with a mixture of sorrow and rage.
Are you looking for me?
She asked softly, her voice carrying an airy calm. Ada's legs wobbled.
Is this a joke?
She stammered. Madame Koi Koi tilted her head.
They didn't tell you the full story, did they?
The walls trembled, and ghostly whispers filled the air. Flashes of memories played before Ada's eyes. A beloved teacher adored by students, betrayal, false accusations, and a fatal fall down the staircase.
They called me wicked, but they were the wicked ones.
The temperature plummeted, shadows thickened, pressing in from all sides.
You shouldn't be here.
Madame Koi Koi whispered. Ada didn't wait for a second warning. She bolted. The hallway twisted and wrapped doors vanished, and walls closed in around her. The relentless sound of heels pursued her. Tears streamed down Ada's face as she ran fast as her legs could carry her.
Leave me alone!
She screamed. The heels stopped. Silence. Ada collapsed to the ground, gasping for breath. A soft glow surrounded Madame Koi Koi, whose expression had softened, sadness replacing anger.
Do you want the truth? Then listen.
The walls shimmered, revealing scenes from Madame Koi Koi's life, a dedicated teacher who had been falsely accused and disgraced. Her tragic death was covered up to protect the school's reputation. They buried my story, she said softly. But now you know. The darkness lifted. Peace washed over Madame Koi Koi as she began to fade.
Justice doesn't die. It echoes.
She said before vanishing completely, leaving behind a single red shoe. By dawn, Ada found herself back at the dormitory. The red shoe still clutched in her hand. The first rays of sunlight painted the sky in the hues of gold crimson. Some stories aren't just tales, they are warnings. Ada knew one thing: Madame Koi Koi's story wasn't over. It has just begun. And that's where I'll pause this gist for now. My people, I beg, tell me in the comments if na you go enter East Wing that night, or you go jejely face your bed. Let's gist in the comments.